Hey guys, welcome back for our next installment of When Is This Book Gonna Be Done? So, in our last video, we put some little flat pages in, such as this. And today we will continue by adding a little waterfall and some photo mats and just making a couple tags to finish the basic part of the album. I guess the tags really aren't part of the base, but let's see here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start on a little waterfall. And what I've done is mostly from the 6x6, I guess all from the 6x6, I cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3x3 squares of the designer cardstock. And I additionally have some of the brown Brutus Monroe Macchiato cardstock cut at 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And we're going to go ahead and make our waterfall pages. So first we're going to score these. And we're going to go ahead and score them at 3 1/4. So basically there's going to be a 1/2 inch little score foldy section. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to round our corners. And let's take a look here. Each one of these sheets of 3x3 cardstock are going to go on one of these waterfall pages. I think that I'll go ahead and round all 4 corners of the designer cardstock, but just the 2 bottom corners of the brown cardstock. Okay, next up we are going to glue our squares on our squares. These aren't really squares, but I'm going to adhere the designer cardstock to the brown cardstock. Okay, so I've already identified where the waterfall is going to go. It's going to go on this page here with the note that says waterfall. And okay, I'm just kind of laying them out here in my hand. Something like this. So it'll be about this size. If we put it a little higher than expected, then there's room here for either a small mat or some ephemera or whatever wants to go there. So I'm going to start just about here and glue this first one down. I'm just going to eyeball it. Might not be super even. And I'm just going to lay the next piece so that it butts up right against the end of this piece of cardstock. And hopefully it is even on both sides as well. All right. So now that I'm looking at it, of course, I realize that I need to mat the back of these sheets, the top portion here. So I'll go ahead and find something for that and do that and put that in the final. And you can see that when the book is done. And now I have a couple of other things I wanted to do here. I went ahead and made 1, 2, I'm counting, 4 photo mats that I'm going to go ahead and glue in the book. I believe this is the right orientation for all these pages, but I'll check them before I glue them down. I'm going to go ahead and round all the corners on all of these sheets. These designer pieces are 3 1/2 by 4 inches, and then these pieces are 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I am not sure if you can hear it, but there's a glorious rainstorm right now outside my window. The window's closed, but it's still pretty loud, so. I already picked out the pages that I wanted my mats on. So one is this one. And of course I have 4 mats. One of them is blue. I don't want that on this page. So I think it will probably be this and this. And this and this. Oop. So you can definitely put these at an angle if you like. I'm gonna lay them in pretty even, just because of the size of them. So I'll do that now. There's another one where just before you lay it down, you want to make sure that your orientation is correct. And pretend like it's going to be even. It's even enough, I think. Yeah. It's hard to tell, but this page has letters on it. And so there is actually an orientation to it. Of course, once you put a photo on top of it, nobody's going to really notice for the most part. And also, if it were upside down, I don't know if anybody would notice, but I am going to pay attention to that. I'll just lay this one down here. Could have been more mathematical about that. That is pretty close, and this one's pretty close to the bottom, but that's fine. Still like it. And then one more page of mats. Okay. And the last thing that I have for today is the tags that I'm going to put in the pockets. Now, we made some top-loading pockets. And I wanted to use these as tags, but both sides are pretty cool, so I think that I'm not going to mat them. And that way, whoever is filling up this album can just can use both sides. Here's one of our pages. This will start to lay down on its own any minute now. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to just put a couple of these stickers at the top of the tag so that it kind of sticks out. And so we have two top folding pockets, or top folding. We have two top loading pockets, and each one will have two of these tags in them. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put one together first and give it a pull and see how it works out. So these are pretty pretty thick stickers. They're like cardstock stickers. So I'm just going to try to even it up at the top here. And then I'm going to flip it over. I don't want the green on green, I didn't realize that. So I'll grab a different one. And I think this orientation of this one is any way you want, but let's see. Just going to try to make sure that it's pretty even here. And we'll see how it works. Okay, I think that works out pretty great. So I'll go ahead and fix the rest of these tags. So right about now, I'm not sure if I really love the stickers on top instead of ribbon or twine. I just thought it would look cleaner. But I'm just going to leave it there. If they're super stuck and I don't like it, I can always cut it off and then put a hole in some twine. but I think for now I'm just gonna let it be and you know, see how I feel tomorrow. So the bulk of our book is complete. I do have some scraps and quite a bit of the 6x6s and quite a bit of this ephemera still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the back sides of the waterfall pages. I am going to leaf through the stickers and the ephemera and decorate the book. And before I do that, I think I'm going to glue on the back in the right orientation. I think I was just kind of waiting on this part because I knew I would be moving it around a lot and I didn't want the paper to get too much wear on the back side. So thank you again for joining me for part 5 of our cardstock mini album. In the next video, I am going to have a completely decorated mini album to flip through with you, and I'm really excited to get this guy done. Thanks so much for joining me for part 5 of our cardstock mini album. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, safety first.